Hello everyone, I'm here today for CC Design and I created this cute little fairy card and it lights up, and I'll show you how to do that a little later. First I'll show you what I used for this card. I used the fairy friends for that cute little fairy, and thank you very much, and the coordinating die, the rectangle die set, the cutie fairies with the coordinating die there too, and the fairy scene stamp set. So first, here is my base, and it's 4.5 by 5.5. I'll put a little strip to match the front. Super easy. And trim both sides. There you go. And here is the first layer, and I'm just gonna directly put that flat on. Line it up. There you go. Beautiful. So now I'm gonna put another layer, and that one's gonna be flat too, because we have so much layers with where you're gonna put the light, so keep that easy there. So I'm going to show you how I did my light circuit. So here it is, easy peasy, and I'll show you all the steps here. This is the strip, and it's really, if you look at it, it's really thick. So I always trim it in 2 pieces because you don't need it that bulky. First, I'm going to put a little square little sandwich kind of thing where you're going to put your battery in, and just place that in. See, now I have a little plus sign there and a minus. That's where, like I said, the little battery is going to be sitting in. And here I'm going to put my copper tape down and follow the line. This is a simple one, as I said there. There's only one light. I mean, you could put a little bit more, but I thought it'd be cute just for the fairy one. So first one, I go to that side where the plus side is, and I'm gonna take my bone folder and just smooth it out, so then you know it's nice and snug. And I'm going to put my other copper wire tape down. And you don't want those to touch. And I'm just seeing if the little light will sit right, and it does, so I can continue. I didn't do this for a bit, so it's a little tricky to turn, but if you're not comfortable with turning, you can also cut it and make sure that they all connect, and it will work. So here I'm going to go over top of the little square where my little minus sign was, and put it inside and stop halfway where it bends, because you don't want those two to touch, because if it does, it won't work. So there, I'm just smoothing it out flat. So now I'm going to just put my little light fixture there where I had a little circle to show where I wanted it. And there is my little battery. And see, there's a little plus sign. So I'm going to put it upside down, and see, the little light goes on. See, it's not hard. Easy peasy. Now I'm just showing you. So with that panel, I just did that little circle, so I knew where I wanted my light to be. And I'm gonna cover my light part again with some of this tape just to keep it in place, because I did have it once move on me, and yeah, that's not fun, because then it doesn't work. So here I just put on both sides, and now you know it's going to be safe and it's going to stay in place. So there's my tape, my foam tape, And I did just 2 layers. I think if you do 3 layers is better, because I have a problem and you'll see it later and I'm gonna have to fix it, because it's always going off and on even if you're not touching it. So you will see that a little later. Right now it's pretty good because it's not in its position yet, right? So here I'm just gonna tape it to my card base. See it flickering? Like I said, I'll show you how I fix this problem. And I kept this part on just to show you that I did that, but it's kind of off of the camera, so I went and I did it with a different card base that I had on the side. So see, I used a little piece of vellum and I just have it halfway on the battery, and then just where that little corner was. So see, now you have to press it because that vellum is kind of protecting the corner where it was touching all the time. So there is the grass. I just cut a little piece of grass. Hope you guys understand what I meant there. And I did use on my grass, I didn't show you because I had so much things going on in this video, is mowed lawn for the ink that I used on the grass. And here I'm just placing the little fairy, and I'm gonna put another little mushroom. That's where you're gonna be pressing to get the light to work. See, now it's not staying on, like I said. Just with that little bit of vellum, it worked. But easy peasy, just go another layer of foam tape and you'll avoid that. So I did use the grass, was from the film strip die. They have little add-ons on that one. So now we're gonna color a little fairy, and I did use a different shade of blonde for this little girl, or fairy I should say. So here is the E31. That's how I start the E31. Take a breather. Whew. So now I'm going to start with my face. As I always say, I go step by step on the hair, let it dry, and then go back to it. So now I have the E00, E13, and also we'll bring the E11 for the face, or I should say the skin color, because the little arm and little legs too after. So I'm just taking my E11 and just blending that 13 a little bit, and now going with the E00. Blend it till you're happy with it. Such an adorable little fairy. It's so hard. I can't remember, I'll look at the stamp set. I don't have it beside me. 4 little fairies to choose from. So it's always like, oh, which one do I want to start with, right? So they're all equally adorable. So now I'm with the YR23, and that's the darkest shade I'm going to have on her hair. It's kind of yellow. I wasn't sure. I seen this combination and I wasn't sure when I did it, but I really liked the way it came out after. Now I got again the E00 for the arm and legs, E13 for the darkest shade, and now the 11. With the 11 you go a little more in, go a little deeper with it, right? And I always keep the 11 there just for touching the nibs sometimes, just to help it along with the blending. So bring that in. Yes, I got my new stamps for September. I stamped some of them out already. They're cute. Fun, fun. Now I'm going in with the YR21. Just a little bit more. Just bring it a little bit in more. And now I'm doing the fairy wings with the B00. Had to switch it up. Again, I took the one that was too dry. Have to take the time and fill them up, because there's one there that's pretty dry, but I always forget to do it. So now I got some more brown going into my hair. So that's the E34. So now it's just darkening it up a little bit more. And I find that brown kind of brings it back to being more like a blondish shade instead of a yellow. So now I'm bringing some pink. So the RV32 for the little dress. Also, we'll do a post if you want to check out my blog for all the other colors, like for the mushroom that's on this card and such, and all the little bits and pieces. So just go check out my blog and you'll see all the information there too. Now I got the RV34 for the darkest shade, and now I'm just blending those two together. And this is the last color that I have for the hair. The same color I started with, the E31. Like I said, it was the first color I brought in just to have a base. So just flickering that in. So now I got the Y19 for the one, the C4 for the, well, I should say the one part. It was the star. And now R24 for the little belt, R39 for the darkest shade. Just blend those two together. And here I'm starting with the pencil. I always try to do the pencil part last. I guess it just depends on what image I'm working with. But yeah, now I'm bringing all my pencils in. So with a brown for the skin tone. I'm just tracing all the little bits. And now I'm bringing in my gamsol and a nib to blend it all out. Again, I have my fan. I'm hoping that you guys don't hear it. I'm telling you, I probably have air conditioning when finally we don't need it. That's what's gonna happen. I know it. Yeah, fun. So now I'm just still blending the brown and the skin tone. Blend. So there. I think that's it for the skin. Oh, no, sorry. I forgot the nose and under the eyes. Gotta shade that. Now I got some blue for the wings. Make it a little darker. Make them sparkle a little later too. Now I got a darker shade of brown for the highlights in her hair. Also, it just makes it a little bit more brown, like more of a gold color of hair instead of, you know, the yellow. Bring it under her chin. Oh, I forgot a little piece there. Now I'm gonna blend it in. Trying to get different skin tones sometimes, or if not, it's gonna be hair, so it's not always the same, because at first I was doing all the same. Sorry about that. Yeah, just trying to get a variety of colors. I try. There, I'm just blending. See, I find it's more like a blonde, a dirty blonde. So I just have that little bit to go. And now I'm going to put her cheeks, the RV11 for her cheeks. And I got some pink pencil, do some shading on her dress, darken it up a bit. Now blend that color in. So now I'm putting a little bit of sparkle on her. Fairies need sparkle. So I'm doing some on the wings and on the star. I'll put a little bit there too so it sparkles. And I'm just touching where I passed with the marker there on her eyes. So there she is, all done up. She's adorable. Super fun to color. So here she is there. I'm just going to put some pop dots and stick her on my card. I just love the way it came out, this card. See? She sparkles. So now I just want to add a little something else. So I'm putting some of the Doodle Bugs little stars. I'm trying just to stick them on and maybe play with them until I'm happy with them. There, I'm lighting up. I also use some glossy accent on my wand for the star part of it. I forgot to add that to the video. I'm just moving my stars a bit. I hope you liked my card and you subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.